Good evening. Welcome to the high school portion of this evening's concert, and we're going to start with our concert opener, Landscapes by Rossano Galante. I had initially programmed this for the spring with our trip to Disney, but I programmed something else equally exciting there. But for those of you who have been, this totally sounds like the soundtrack to Soarin'. It's not, but it totally sounds like it. And it presented some technical challenges for the students. It's a very dense piece. It's a little under 3 minutes, but there's a lot that happens that they had to learn to deal with. So we hope you enjoy Rossano Galante's Landscapes. Our next set of selections is are a few movements from a concert suite of the ballet music from the Nutcracker. When Tchaikovsky originally wrote the ballet, it actually was not one of his favorite works, and then he rearranged the music as a concert suite for orchestra, and we'll be playing a few movements from that suite arranged for band, and wanted to do something for this time of year that was fun for the kids and hopefully enjoyable for you to listen to. So we'll be doing 3 movements from the suite from the Nutcracker. next selection is a wonderfully charming arrangement of Amazing Grace for band. I encountered this tune 20 years ago in a festival band in college, and I happened to be under the baton of the gentleman that commissioned the work for his father who had recently passed away. If you know the tune, you'll find it in there, but there's a couple of very just wonderful settings. Challenge for the band is obviously the middle section is very ambiguous and ethereal, and it's kind of difficult to keep track of where you need to be if you're not focused. But on either end of that cloud-like section are some beautiful settings of the tune. It'll feature an alto saxophone solo and some other very quiet chamber moments from some select members of the band. So we hope you enjoy this arrangement of Amazing Grace. now for something completely different. Surprise, it's not in the program. They're busy with something, so I'm just going to take a quick second here to acknowledge some people, some good news that came out too late to be printed in the program. We had some people accepted at the Lebanon Valley College Honors Band Festival, and it's a nice list, and I'm excited. And as part of being in that festival, they get $10,000 to go to LVC if they choose to go there. All they have to do is be in band in college. Reese LeDuc, Ian Tonkin, Dan Little, Natasha Ebersole, Lizzie Scipione, Ian Bruce, and Hayden Tierney were all selected to go to that band festival. And just this past weekend, we had our Pennsylvania Music Education Association Honors Band Festival auditions, and the following people auditioned to get into that band. Ethan Elliker on trumpet, Ian Bruce on trombone, Tristan McQuitty and Claire Razor on clarinet, Dan Little on tenor sax, and Christian Gingrich in the orchestra. He plays string bass, but he did so well in orchestra, he gets to play the string bass with the band this year as well. So that's another exciting list of people, so congratulations to them. So as many of you are aware, the band's making a trip to Disney in Orlando this year, and we have a clinic down there, and the cornerstone of that clinic is the ability to sight read. So I've been hitting that extra hard this year, and it's a process. So you have to look over the music and see what's going on, and figure out what you're responsible for, and then actually make it happen in real time with 90 of your closest friends. We're going to do that right now. I've not done this in 20 years of teaching. I'm very excited. In the business, we call this an informant. So the piece that they're going to play, I have looked over the score, but they have not seen. Now, in the interest of walking the fine line between having them do something cool at a concert and tank, there are 3 movements to this piece, so we've already sight read the other 2. So they're familiar with works by this composer and the kinds of sounds he uses, they've had the last minute while I've been talking to you just now to look at it. So now we're going to play it. Now, this is one of the skills I teach every year, because out in the real world, should they choose to continue playing, you typically don't have 40 minutes a day to get together with your band peeps and get something together for a couple months and then present a concert. You get hired by a church to play, and you get the music faxed to you on a Wednesday, and you have to be prepared to play 3 services on Sunday. Or you have kids and you just want to play music for and with them. You don't have to practice 40 minutes a day to do that. You have to be able to sit down and make music. And I know they're worried about playing wrong notes and stuff, but it is what it is. So, here we go. This piece is entitled Haiku 14 from 3 Haikus for Band by Stephen Malillo. It's a wonderful, beautiful piece. Depending how programming goes, you might see this again on the spring concert and hear how it's grown. I might bypass that and move on to another piece that uses these same skills and play that piece instead of the spring concert. So, here we go. All right, no one's on fire. We did it. Our next piece is our last piece, and normally I would have programmed this in the middle because it's longer and requires a lot of mental focus, and ended with the Nutcracker, but I didn't want to end with the Nutcracker because this ends better. The English Folk Song Suite by Vaughan Williams is a masterwork for wind band. It's one of my favorite welcome to high school band pieces. There's some technical things we have to work out, lots of moving notes and key signatures we need to deal with, but it's also written that everyone gets a turn to do stuff. So the trombones get the melody, the tubas get the melody at one point. Yeah, they're people too. The woodwind parts are challenging even for the upperclassmen, but it's something that freshmen can work for and work at while they're getting used to being in high school band. So, and there's just some beautiful writing. It's essentially a medley of English folk songs, and although many of them we don't recognize anymore outside the confines of this piece, they're just wonderful melodies to learn to play musically. So we hope you enjoyed Vaughan Williams' Folk Song Suite. Thank you very much for coming out this evening. Hope you have a wonderful holiday season and a safe trip home. And worst case scenario, we'll see you in the spring. Thank you very much.